Urban forestry is the care and management of trees in cities, and that includes a lot of different types of trees and a lot of different types of landscapes. So you can have traditionally forested spaces, such as forested natural areas or riparian corridors, places like downtowns and commercial districts, public street right-of-ways, and many city parks. Urban and community forestry as a profession, as a community of practice, is relatively new, let's say 40 years old. But the concept behind the work that we're doing is timeless. I mean, if you want to go back far enough, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon are a thing that most people are aware of because it was an important thing in that city. It was a status symbol, right? That you have a beautiful city, and a beautiful city has vegetation, right? That is cared for and maintained and intentional, right? And so fast forward all these years, we still want that.
Urban forestry is important because trees impact people and people impact trees. Urban areas tend to feel climate implications, changing, shifting climates, hotter temperatures at a far greater rate than other areas because we have so much impervious surface. Our heat indexes are quite higher in urban areas. So these are the places where changes in species are going to occur first.
Now, if we're thinking about natural resource management, we tend not to think about natural resource management as being in this developed, busy, congested urban space. But if we are truly concerned with overall ecological health of our state, of the landscape at large, if we're concerned about wildlife habitat, if we're concerned about salmon and orca populations, then we need to give just as much attention to the urban landscapes as we do to all of those other landscapes. The public health benefits of having vegetation in cities, or what we might call nearby nature, is really remarkable. The research shows that having nature nearby, having tree canopy, even things that are supported by tree canopy like birds and butterflies, these things help lower our stress level. That tree canopy helps attenuate the noise of urban spaces. Just like if you went to a crowded restaurant or bar and you see those fabric panels on the wall that's there to absorb all the sound so you can actually have a conversation with the person across the table from you, so does the urban forest buffer that sound in urban spaces, right? It just makes things a little calmer, a little quieter, a little nicer, a little easier, a little cooler, a little cleaner. When we talk about managing trees like any other public asset, then it's about having an inventory of what that asset really is.
Trees are green infrastructure. They're not much different than a street light or a stop sign or paved roads that you see all other infrastructure in cities that we need. So we need to regularly inspect trees and we need to regularly maintain them so that they give us the long-term benefits that they're intended to give our community members.
We're here first and foremost as a program at the Department of Natural Resources to provide technical, financial, and educational assistance. So educational assistance would be producing tools or resources or how-to guides, or giving presentations and training events where we're going out and teaching people how to plant a tree, how to prune trees properly. Financial assistance is largely through the grants that we award to local communities, and that's where they come to us saying that this is a project we would like to fund. We feel that this is in the best interest of our community. We feel like this meets our current need for urban forest management, and we just need additional resources to do it. I would say that a lot of the work that we do on the technical assistance front is just having a bank of expertise across all the staff in our program so that when a local jurisdiction comes forward and asks the question, that we are well prepared to meet them where they're at and get their questions answered. Urban forestry has a tendency to touch every part of the community in some way or another, and that's what gives the opportunity for cities to really take their own approach, to say, hey, in this community, this is what urban forestry means to us, and this is how we want to manage it, and this is where we want to invest in. The city of Burien deserves a lot of credit. That was the first city that stepped forward and said, hey, you are interested in tree equity, you're interested in environmental justice, like we are also interested in that. Let's work together. The city of Snoqualmie in East King County is really leading across all cities by the way that they have deliberately connected urban forestry and stormwater management. They've said the care and management and stewardship of urban trees is a stormwater management activity. It is a pollution reduction strategy.
So we recently did some infrastructure upgrades in downtown Snoqualmie, which involve utilities underground, the street surfacing, new sidewalks. But as part of that project, we installed some trees, and we actually made a new landscape island here that has a lot of soil volume that we could plant a large stature tree on. So this European beech is going to go above this hardscape, and its canopy will extend 50-60 feet over the streetscape, and it will capture stormwater before it hits that street, at least some. And that reduces the load that goes into the catch basins and then directly goes to the river. That reduces flooding as well.
The city of Spokane has a long legacy of urban forest management. They have leveraged the power of the partnerships that they've built over decades to start building a workforce development and training program that's centered around urban forestry.
So one of the main issues affecting urban forestry at large is that people don't fully understand the value of trees in the urban environment. So it's important that we invest in trees, not just in our downtown areas, not just in specific communities, but truly across all neighborhoods in our urban forests.
The trees that we plant today are not the trees that are providing benefits for us. That is a gift to the future. We are planting a tree today, it will provide benefits to somebody else, to our children, to our grandchildren, to the people that come after us. And so let's recognize the gifts that we have received from those who came before us. They have put these trees in the ground, they have kept them in the landscape, they have given them some care and support along the way, otherwise they would not be here. So let's recognize that, and let's celebrate that, and let's invest in it. Urban forestry in Washington is critically important as we face these growth pressures and as we strive to be one of the best places to live in the country, as I believe that we are. We can continue that. Urban forestry is just a way to double down on that legacy. It's to put back what we've taken out, and it's to make cities better and healthier. It's to make Washington the evergreen state.